Testing? Great. I know some of you, and if I don't know you, I wish to meet you. I like to ask the question, which is very simple. What have you done today that was brave? Now, a couple weeks ago when I was here, I asked Melissa that question, and she was really brave to say, I don't know. And it took some time, and then this morning we were sharing notes. And bravery is stepping out and making a decision when not everyone thinks it's popular. I'm going to go into the presentation this morning talking about the flag, and then I'm looking forward to your questions because this is your flag, and this is a project that you're involved in, regardless of or not if you're here. So those of you that are watching this online, it's important to go and dig into everything we have, and whatever social media platform you're looking on, ask the questions because it's very important we get your questions. Now, there are those that make statements about negative points about this. I'm not interested in that, but we do hear and understand your perspective and listen. We understand there are keyboard warriors. That's just a part of life nowadays. So about me, I'm a musician. My dog, Freckles, playing the banjo. I play pretty much any piece of instrument that I can get my hands on. And I'm a dancer, pro dancer, so I really enjoy a good stature inside of a ballroom. And so that's what I do. I compete and thrive on that. Outside of that, I have my family, 5 daughters, married 26 years, and we just all, every one of us has an instrument that we play, and we love to play. So I cut my teeth in business 18 years ago when I started a business called Mr. Electric, and my focus is care in the electrical field. And we have grown to multiple locations. This is another business I'm opening this year, and focused on the generational leadership that we care as leaders, taking it home. And sometimes it takes a forge to melt down the hard person that we have become in business for our families. And this is the subject we're talking about today. Old Glory Rising, world's tallest flag. Currently, our tallest flag in the world is in Cairo, Egypt, and it's a measurement of 662 feet in the sky. It does not have the flag that we love hanging on it, for sure. And so the question began 4 years ago in an architect coffee shop on Republic Road. Myself and a friend, what could we do for this? And as we began to discover and look at the challenges it kept from and what would get to building that flag, it did take 4 years. I started the process a year ago alone, saying this has to start because the 250th year is next year, speaking in the year of 2025. And so then to put together a board, and then to put together the plan on how our bylaws and 501c3 is all going to come together, it took more than me. And so we are focused right now on the completing federal 501c3, that getting that back from the IRS to validate it. Until then, we are pledging people to pledge to participate. So we have different patterns that this is going to be raised. So yes, 700 feet plus. So there's ideas for more, as well as there's ideas for more going on at the grounds. And I've got ideas for you. At the end, I'll show a short video. The visibility is about 30 miles, so it's in the southwest Missouri. I cannot say where this is going to be located based on land purchasing and such going on right now. And then once the deed is in the courthouse, the Book of Archives, then we can post everywhere. Land is, but right now there's a verbal commitment for this land. And it's at a beautiful location, a location that you'll be proud of. And that's what we're focused on, what you're going to be proud of. I want to say from that perspective, my goal is that you can see the flag from 44, 65, Route 60, and in the beyond. So if you can get that picture, I cannot say where it's at, but you can get the picture of these locations across the Southwest Missouri. So what do we do? How do we put this together? I've focused on the very beginning. Let's put it together where the people build this. So built by the people for the people. I'm looking at 100,000 bricks engraved with the name and the story on it. And the 250th year, $250 to be a part of that, to have your name on that brick. My focus is not the flag. My focus is that this is going to be a place that unites us, that built by the people. We're going to bring our heritage to this, and with your name and we have a design through the board, the challenge or the value of looking outside the box, to where every brick has the access to go lead us to the archives that are in the website. And then I want to be able to take your camera on your phone, zoom into a brick that links directly to the website, and then as you hit play, you hear the story of said hero or said grandfather, grandmother, nurse, caregiver, Freckles, my dog, that was my life hero, as those people that come with war challenges. And the stories are going to be what, if we can get 100,000 stories, and you look up at the flag and you think of the value of this pouring into, it's energy, and as it rises and the flag whips in the wind, a 200-foot flag is what we're looking at right now, plus. So it's just taller than tall, bigger than big, and for the value of uniting the people. And this is going to be a legacy for generations. Our focus is with that name in, with your name in the brick, that there's kind of that connection that your children's children are valuing outside of just, this is my contribution, I gave $250. No, you are participating in a greater platform that's going to affect many generations following. So there's other opportunities outside of the brick, and there's so much more that stands with this, and I'm going to get to this video next, and then I'll ask questions. So this is a song written by a young man here, John Lopez, and I honor him for bringing this value to our website. Go for it.
Granddad had a Bible and a coffee stain. There's a daylight trying to feed his family instead. Never asked for much more than a little piece of land, just a front porch, a flag, and a reason to believe again. My grandma kept the table and the faith through the hard years, held the whole house together with her prayers and her tears. That's how this country made it when the road got rough and thick. Not by talking, by building it brick by brick. Every star, every small town, lane, every cross beside the road. Every hand that kept on working laid another star. It's more than a brick, more than a name, more than a reason, and pray. It's the sweat of the living, the blood of the brave, the dreams of the broken that refuse to break. It's the hands of the farmer, the boots of the mill, The freedom of people who are fighting still. It's the story of America laid down, more than a breath. Oh, it's the boy who crossed an ocean with his whole life in a sack.
There it is. Thank you. Ready for questions?
Ready for questions? Any, you forgot to mention that was me singing.
That was you singing?
Yeah, like you're an AI guy. But any new folks in the crowd today, sorry we don't have a mic, so welcome, welcome. This is the Q&A part. If you have a question, please raise your hand. I'll call on you as I see you. Please say your name and who you're representing. I'm going to go ahead and ask the first question.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
I don't know if anybody else is trying to do it, but I'm trying to picture that 44, 65, 60 thing where you're going to put it that you can't say, but I'm not that brilliant, so I'm going to do that. But, so my first question is going to be, you've got the 250, the brick, I'm called the brick layer. I mean,
Yeah.
The way you got it. So what do you do to market that, or have you started marketing that to try to see how much, how many people are going to go in at what levels, how many get paid to fund the project? I'm sure you're not bootstrapping the whole thing to the thing you did. So what are you doing to try to start raising the money to get this thing to go with the 501c3?
Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is pledging, receiving pledges for this, and we're at $253,000 pledged since July 4th. And we've got more pledges that are going to be touching this. I'm taking it. My goal is to take it nationals as quick as I can, and I have a plan to do that in September. So this is going to go national, and then you might as well step in line as quick as possible because people will be, whether it's from South Dakota or Texas or Virginia, they're going to be participating, and the money's not the problem.
Lucas from Lucas Law for Business
Yes,
Consulting.
glad
I got to make a good presentation. So my question is on an engineering perspective.
Yes.
I mean, I'm rolling my back porch blows over in the wind. So what has the engineering been like for a 700-foot flag and wind and all that kind of stuff? How's that part of the process? Great question.
Lucas, great question, and it's something that the vice president has had nightmares on. A 200-foot flag and a gust of wind, somebody's hanging on to the end of it. Tigger goes about 300 feet in the sky and it drops. I mean, that's the idea. That's the dream nightmares that she's had. And by the way, I want to honor her. That is Heather Davis, who is her and her husband Luke and Heather Davis own the vineyard at CC Exit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go there. It's like a bliss of heaven. I mean, that place. Anyways, so how we relate to that? It's really clear. There has to be a plan, and we have Miller Engineering. I think it's going to okay to name drop him. Is behind this. He is also concerned about the width that happens with this. That happens 700 feet up in that width, as well as it's. If we can use AI today, we can get sensories. We can get a wrapping pattern that puts the flag safely away before it's torn and stuff like that. So great question, and it's all in the plan.
Just roads, Bank, Missouri. Going from the structure, the next question is the flag. What is it going to be, made of, material, and then what does the life cycle look like for that flag? Being so large, and as you mentioned with the width, it can get tattered very quickly. So I was curious on calculations of how long it'll be able to last.
So how long will the flag be able to last? What materials are going to be made of? Colonial Flag quoted us $250,000 for a 400-foot flag. Pardon me. That was at 400 feet we were looking at. That was a 140-foot flag. So we're going 60 feet farther. So the flag is going to be around 300,000, and I'm looking at containing 3 at one time, 1 hanging, 2 in storage, and I'm assuming it's going to be 3 a year. If the wind whips it a quarter, we're going to be not quite, a little over a quarter is what I'm hoping for. And then there's going to have to be a participation from the community taking that flag down and the commemoration that puts it away. Because there's, may I say this, it's not the dollar that I'm worried about. It's not the website that I'm worried about. What keeps me up at night is that we put up something in America that becomes the laughing stock of the world. It's the smallest thing. It's the rivet that's going to be loose, that could be loose. It's the weld that could break. It's the engineering process that was ill-designed for the situation of the winds in the west. And it's the ventilation system that has to be inside of this thing. The base is about 20 feet across. And if we're not systematically approaching this with the value beyond the military grade equipment, then we're going to be a laughing stock to something that's so tall in the sky that represents America. Makes sense.
Linda Simmons, Bot Radio Network. Thank you for presenting, Nathanael. And I've heard about this thanks to networking at your business. I know you have the website. So going back to that first question, how is Words Writing to get so many pledges already? Have you made a Facebook page? Are you planning to do billboards or radio marketing or anything like that? I'm just curious how you're already getting so many pledges and what your plan is.
Yeah, thank you, Linda. Great energy you bring to life. Thank you for being here. I will say we had a soft launch on July 4th, and then we had our main, like our big launch, could you say, in a baseball game that took place at the Duck Stadium down in Ozark, and that was on the 10th. Am I right, guys? Yeah. And so that's where, and so basically the Daily Citizen and podcast and web and radio. I'm surprised. So I'm a son of a soldier that fought in the Revolutionary War. And so he fought in the Cumberland militia. Found this out since, starting like, where did this passion and desire? So yeah, I'm a patriot. I'm a son of a patriot who, taken this country from Britain. So I didn't realize the resistance I would have from some media. That's what surprised me, because this is America. So I'm dealing with it. We're dealing with it. And we as patriots can rise up. This is not a situation that's left or right. This is a flag. It is not based on political ideas, but I guess it's coming to that. And I'm sad because it's one nation under God. Thank you for the question.
Morning, David Sims.
Mr. Sims.
I have a couple of questions. What is your time frame for your goal in business accomplishment, and how are you going to spread out? You're talking about going to different states in the United States to do fundraising, because usually many times you have people excited and you get a pretty good influx, but then you narrow out and level out, and then the excitement's gone, and then it's when the hard work starts. So what is how are you going to put together a force or whatever to do this, and what is your time frame?
Thank you, Mr. Sims. Time frame, I wish it would, so I'm a builder. I would like to have it done in 2 years. The challenge that I've had is waiting in the harnesses while the people that surround me go, slow down, because I would get it done in a year if I could. It's just who I am. So next question answering that was, so I was on radio stations in Colorado and honored to be a part of that. There's going to be more. If I could just present a few, my biggest takeaway that I want from this is that people invite us to speak on the radio station or podcasts for this word to continue to get out, because right now we're dropping breadcrumbs and people are picking this up. Now, in 2 weeks, I meet delegates across America, and I present this to the delegates.
Hi, Samuel Austin, United News Magazine. Great presentation. Kelly, I didn't know if I saw a rendering in the video there, but what do you envision in terms of infrastructure at the location that you selected? Will there be parking? Will there be restrooms available? Will there be electricity? I imagine that there will be a lot of ceremonies and events that want to take place there. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, thank you, Samuel. So our focus is, it's gonna be bigger than, taller than you think. Flags, and it's enormous. Raising it up with pride. And so the area surrounding it, is gonna be a bigger, better than this area has seen. There's a whole system going in with this. That's all I can say. What I do know is our focus has been from the beginning a museum of the flag, volunteers participating, learning to understand why the stripes, why the stars, why the dimension. I mean, some of this stuff, here I am, 40 years old, and I'm learning this stuff as well. Why didn't we get this in school? Learning the value of everything that goes into the Pledge of Allegiance, understanding what the Constitution has behind it. That's all why it has come together during the Revolutionary War. Like, so museum and then event center. If it goes well, I would love to see it be actually a whole, the convention center that everybody's trying to get here in Springfield. By the people, for the people, so that, yeah, I'll get to you. I just had a thought I wanted to share. By the people, for the people, so that it's not funded by local taxes. Make sense? Go ahead.
Joe Rio, Senator Marshall, Mayor, also Joe Radio. Good to see you. Have you liked our show, by the way?
I have been wanting to meet you again.
Yeah, so the question, I love it, the back end to get all everybody's questions, because it kind of summarizes what I want to bring up. From the marketing aspect, yes, got to market it from all the different facets you addressed. From Bot Radio, Boston Network. One of the things that I also detail in why you keep excited. We know in marketing, frequency is key.
Yes.
Whether it's in the print side. By the way,
Yes.
newspaper is not dead. It's not. People like to still hear backstories, and now you have digital and online to boost that. So let's not rule out paper and print, which is now visual. Radio, Zimmer Radio is pretty cool. We require approval, Midwest Family. So our groups have expanded in this area just in this alone, but you're talking about utilizing, keeping that excitement going. As you go to these different places around the country, and you mentioned delegates, how is it you're presenting at a level? Because this will be for everybody. It's not sort of a age demographic. You're American. Are you proud of this country?
Right.
And you've got the symbol right behind you. So I guess for you, you got it ahead of time. You got a 2-year deadline. For you, I guess this is the backstory part. I know a little bit more about you. By the way, if you want to write an article,
We will meet.
knowing the backstory, what's that motivation every morning? What gets you up? For me, I'm a believer. I believe in the Lord, and that's my strength. And not be afraid to talk about it, but also tying in the pride that we have in the country. What is it for you that keeps it going every morning? You got to keep this going, and this dream is going to happen.
What keeps it thriving in my life,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, is what it's going to do to affect the people for good. So I'm an optimist. It's almost full. Like I think of $253,000 pledged. I think we're almost to $1 million. And then once we get to $1 million, we need $7 million to start building. For the entire project of the flag. So before we start building, we need $1 million to get started with engineering and everything else that goes with it. But thinking of 250 million, and then we have the property already spoken for, so we're on our way to $1 million right now. And I'm excited about that. And then once the 501c3 comes in and those with pledges participate, bringing it in, then it just falls together. But God is definitely in the timing.
Absolutely.
Lucas again. So you have a unique marketing problem in your business. So most businesses, it doesn't matter if Tim buys their product, he thinks bowling is the best sport, and I bought anything like you get to is that doesn't matter. But if you're going to talk to people, and if someone on the right strongly endorses you, all the left says, oh no, this is a right-wing agenda, and vice versa. So how do you balance sort of marketing to both sides, keeping that unity without feeling like you get sucked into one or the other? How do you stay that middle ground?
That is a great question. Here's what I do is I focus on one. We are nonpartisan. So if I just focus on one, I can talk to Angela and Bob, who are, whether whichever partisan style they are, I can talk about the same thing, and that is the flag, which is theirs. And I really got to wing it back inside of me as a patriot to realize maybe they're not all for it. And you kind of get a burn on it, if I can say, be authentic about it, because under the situations that took place, if you watch the movie The Patriot, that movie just portrays some angle of it. But really the things that took place and happened took those men to a position to rise up and say, no, we're going to go to war and we're going to stop this this activity and free ourselves from England. Now, I think England's a neat place and they are who they are, but I still am grateful we're not part of it. So let's talk about that, England or not England.
Great presentation. One last question.
Okay.
What ways to do?
Talk about it. What could you do for this? Talk about it. I don't care if it's for or against. All talking is going to carry the message out. And if you're going to post about it on Facebook, be brave, just like I started out with. Be brave. And if you have a problem with, or if someone has a problem with, I'm okay to talk with them, because I think our best challenges are avoided by having a conversation over keyboard warrior stuff and text messages and emails. So that's who I am. That's how I deal with my challenges. And I want to see your flag go up in your generation, because every generation needs something built. And Springfield hasn't had that, I don't think. And if I'm wrong, bear witness to it, but I don't think something like this magnificent has been built in Springfield in my 26 years living here. By the way, this is taller than the arch. So if you get a perspective, how far away you see the arch before you get to the arch, that's taller than the arch. So you can imagine looking out of most windows and you're going to see this. Now, if that's offensive, I'm so sorry. But it's going to be there, just like the arch.